My new sergeant kept asking who wrote the barracks rules. I had written them 9 years earlier. The thing hanging on the wall was a laminated sheet titled Barracks Standards. 14 rules, and rule number 7 was a joke I typed at 2 in the morning when I was a bored private. Now here was Sergeant Boone, brand new to our unit, standing in front of it like it was scripture. Let me back up. I'm the old guy now. Been in almost a decade, seen the unit turn over 3 or 4 times. When I was young and dumb, our platoon didn't have any written barracks rules, just a lot of yelling. So one night I got sick of people leaving dishes in the common sink, and I typed up a list. Real rules, mostly quiet hours after 10 p.m., clean your own mess, don't touch another man's snacks. But rule 7 I wrote as a bit. It said the last person to use the microwave inherits all responsibility for its soul. I printed it, taped it up, figured somebody would tear it down in a week. Nobody did. Somebody laminated it. It just stayed. 9 years it stayed, surviving 4 different sergeants, 2 building renovations, and 1 small fire. So Boone shows up, squared away guy, takes everything seriously, the kind who irons his socks. First week he's doing his walkthrough, and he stops dead in front of that laminated sheet, reads the whole thing. Then he turns around real slow. Who wrote these? Nobody said anything. Half the room didn't know. The other half had forgotten it was even me. I just kept folding my laundry. These, Boone said, tapping the sheet, are the most efficient barrack standards I have ever seen. Every base I've been at, chaos. Here, order. Somebody thought this through. I'm not gonna lie, my chest puffed up a little. Then he read Rule 7 out loud. The last person to use the microwave inherits all responsibility for its soul. He went quiet, studied it, and I braced myself, because here it comes. He's gonna figure out it's a joke and start pulling threads. Instead, he nodded slowly and said, deep. I froze. That's about accountability, Boone said. You touch it last, you own the consequences. That applies to everything. Weapons, vehicles, this whole operation. He looked genuinely moved. Whoever wrote this understood leadership, and I could not bring myself to correct him. It got worse. Boone became obsessed with finding the author. He asked around. He pulled up old rosters. He treated it like a mystery he had to solve, like there was a wise old philosopher soldier out there he needed to shake hands with. He'd bring it up at formation, still trying to find who authored our standards. That man understood something. Meanwhile, the microwave line was a running gag the whole unit had kept alive for years. Guys would finish heating their food, step back, and whisper, the soul is yours now. New privates thought it was a real tradition. Boone thought it was a real tradition too. He started doing it. Sergeant Boone, dead serious, stepping away from the microwave and murmuring about its soul. I should have said something, I know, but every day it got harder, because the legend kept growing. He printed extra copies for the other platoons. He mentioned the barracks standards philosophy to the company commander. Somewhere up the chain, a captain I'd never met was now aware that our building ran on principles written by a mystery genius. Then one afternoon, Boone corners me specifically, not the room, me. He'd been doing the math on who'd been in the unit longest. Corporal, you've been here what, 9 years? About that, Sergeant. You were here when these were written. I was here, Sergeant. He leaned in, hopeful, almost reverent. Did you know him, the author? And I looked at this man, this good, sincere, sock-ironing man, who had built an entire leadership philosophy on a 2 in the morning microwave joke, and I made a decision. Yeah, I said, I knew him real well. What was he like? Tired, I said. Mostly tired, and he really hated doing other people's dishes. Boone nodded like I'd handed him a sacred truth. Accountability, he whispered. That night I found him in the common room, alone, taking a photo of the laminated sheet with his phone. He didn't hear me come in. Sending it to my dad, he said, still looking at the wall. He was a first sergeant. He always said the best rules come from the lowest guy in the room, because he's the only one who actually lives with a mess. Then he turned and looked right at me, and I swear his eyes were a little wet. You wrote them, didn't you?